looking forward to reading this group, this list of novels, mainly because I've never tried this approach before. And what am I talking about? I have never really read. See, oh, I have. I did read a series. You see, like novel series. I read the If I Run series. If I run, if I'm found, if I run, if I'm found, and if I live. That was the only series that I read. Yeah, actually, I've realized, and I loved it. So now I want to, and it was only 3. So now I want to read again another series of novel. So one I've already, so there are 2 series. There is one by Jodie Headland, and then there is another one by Gabriel Meyer. I won't lie, I'm looking forward to reading them because I love watching series movie, and I was like, I might. So before I read these ones, I was like, I love watching series movies, so I might as well like try series novel. And I love the If I Run series, and now I am hoping I will love the remaining type of series. So the first series that I want to continue called a Shanan Matchmaking series. I believe that is what it's called. I've read book 2. Book 2 is Saved by the Watchmaker, Saved by the Matchmaker, and that's Saved by the Matchmaker. Yes, Saved by the Matchmaker, and that is my favorite. Saved by the Matchmaker. That is my favorite novel so far. As of now, that is on number 1. So because I loved it, I was like, let me read the remaining 2 books. So that series, it's called the Shanan Matchmaker series. So that is book 2. There is book 1, and then there is book 3. I was like, so let me read book 1 and book 3 and see if I would love it the way I loved book 2. So I can't wait. So I'm going to read the synopsis with us of book 1 and book 3. I've talked about this one in so many videos before. Hopefully my desire for the reason for doing this is to encourage you, to those of us who like reading novels, to go check out this series. So I'm going to read the synopsis, and I'm going to start with Shanan. This is book 1. Book 1, it's called Calling on the Matchmaker. So book 1 is called Calling on the Matchmaker by Jodie Headland. So I'm going to read the synopsis. Haunted by the death of her sister, Finola Shana has resolved that she is not worthy of a family of her own and commits to spending her days caring for immigrants in the slums. Unwilling to consider marriage, Finola has perfected the ability to sabotage the relationships her parents arranged for her. At wit's end, her father calls upon the local Irish matchmaker who pairs her with a successful wagon maker, Riley Raftery. After her usual tricks fail, Finola quickly realizes she can't outsmart or outwit the dashing, determined, and daring man. A candidate in the St. Louis mayoral election, Riley is confident a union with the wealthy Shannon family will help solidify his chances of winning, and even more assured he and Finola can make a difference together. When a cholera outbreak begins to take St. Louis by storm, they must navigate a bargaining attraction and growing danger, testing all they know about love and sacrifice. Escape to 1849 St. Louis for a daring and romantic tale from the talented pen of best-selling author Jodie Headland. First of all, I love the synopsis. I love the storyline. I can't wait to see what will happen between these two. One, there is a woman here, Finola Shana. Let's call her Finola because all the female leads in these 3 are last name is Shanan, so let's call her Finola. So Finola has decided she's not going to get married. She does not want anything to do with the marriage. That is not her thing. That is not her And then the father is here making sure they get married. So it's giving marriage by convenience vibes, and I love marriage by convenience stuff. Whether it's a movie, a series, a novel, I love it, and I'm here for this book. I can't wait to read it, and once I read it, I'll be back to say whether I enjoyed the book or not. Calling on the Matchmaker. So this is book number 1. So the first sister is called Finola Shannon. The other one was called Enya Shannon, whom I loved with her drama. Ooh, I hope Finola gives me drama too. So I can't wait to read this. I hope you also want to read this novel. If you love marriage by convenience, this is a book to read. If you love a novel where someone's like, I'll never get married, blah, 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 and then you get to watch them fall in love, I think you should definitely read this book. And I actually do have a soft copy of this. I do have a soft copy version of this book. If you want to try this book out, check out the link in description so that you can get yourself a copy and join me in reading this book. The third book, A Wager with Matchmaker. A Wager with Matchmaker. So let's read the synopsis. After her brother's entanglement with an Irish gang threatens their family's safety, Alana Dagger flees St. Louis and her troubled past, seeking refuge as a maid for the affluent Shanan family. And so here, this person is going to work in the Shanan family. Alana's resolve to avoid romance is tested. Oh, okay. Now that I've read book 2, I think I saw this character, if I'm not wrong. It's tested by the undeniable attraction she feels for Kaina Shana. Now, Kaina Shana is the brother. I think he's the only brother. And if you watched my description on the book 2, where Saved by the Matchmaker, I was talking about how Kaina Shana, the brother, he was there. He was like, in this family, we are solving problems. Enya, you are pregnant. Don't worry, I got you. We are going to fix that problem. We must make sure you get married ASAP before the day ends. So he's there, solving problems, his sister's problems. So finally we get to see how his own love story unfolds. So if you don't understand, it's because I've read book 2. That's why I'm talking this way, but I've not read this book. This is the third and the last book. I can't wait to see it because I want to see this problem solver, this male, what happens to him. Determined to maintain her position and the safety it provides, she vows to resist the pull of her heart despite the growing bond between them and their undeniable chemistry. In the wake of a devastating fire, Kaina Shannon sees a shrewd opportunity to invest in clay mine and brickyard to aid the city's rebuilding. To secure his venture, he seeks a wealthy bride with a substantial dowry. However, the matchmaker he consults has different plans. As danger looms and Alana fights to keep her brother safe, Kaina's protective instincts draw them closer. But a future together seems too far out of reach. It will take a miracle or a wager with the willy matchmaker to form a match between the unlikely couple. Woo! I can't wait to read it, mainly because, the synopsis is not giving me whatever I want it to give me, but I am just looking forward to seeing what happens with the brother because I've read book 2. So I'm looking forward to read these 2 books. So the genres is historical fiction, romance, Christian fiction, historical Christian. So it's a romance, it's a Christian historical fiction, and I'm here for it. So this is the first series that I want to embark on, and it is called a Shanan Matchmaking series. And I will tell you, I loved book 2, and if the 2 books are the same as book 2, I think you'll enjoy your time. In Goodreads, where I'm getting my synopsis, book 1 had a 3.80 review, and then book 2, I don't know because I already read it, book 3 had a 4.27 review. Not bad if you ask me. So definitely worth our time. Again, if you want all these 3 books, I have them in soft copy. If you want to dwell into them, check out if you like Jodie Headland. Jodie Headland is the Jodie Headland is the author. If you want to know if you like Jodie Headland's writing, check them out. But if they will be the same as book 2, I think it's worth your time. Check out the link in description. The next series called the Timeless series. The next series is called the Timeless series by Gabriel Meyer. Now I have to confess that this is me going out of my comfort zone by reading this series because, first of all, I think the first book, the main character is 21 years, as I've said before, or if I haven't, let me say that I prefer novels where the characters are in their 30s. So anytime I see a novel where the main leads or the major characters are in their 20s, it's a put off for me because I'm like, 20s, they're so young and all that stuff. So I tend to lean towards 30s, if possible, 35 and above, if possible, because I find such plots very mature. Not mature in terms of explicit content, no, just mature in terms of the plot. But if it was a 20s, I could be wrong, but for me they just look childish. But if it's a 35 and above, they look very mature-ish for me, and I enjoy them on a personal level. So when I realized the first character is in 20s, I was like, ugh. So the only reason I want to embark on this series, and it is 5, it's actually 6 novels, only that I've not managed to get the 6th novel. I don't know why. I've only managed to get 5. So the series has 5 novels. So the reason I want to, it's because first of all, in Goodreads, this series, each book has high ratings, 4 and above. And also when I go online, people are, these books are receiving a lot of praise. So because of that, I'm like, okay, let me see if I love it, because a large part of the audience seem to be loving it, despite their age, the age of the characters. Another thing, it involves time travel. I've never read anything in time travel. I have watched several things in time travel. I prefer watching time travel, but I've not read time travel. So I am like, oh my god, will I enjoy the novel or not? So I can't wait to find out. So the first book in this timeless series is called When the Day Comes. So it says, how will she choose, knowing all she must sacrifice? Libby has been given a powerful gift to live one life in 1774, colonial Williamsburg, and the other in 1914, Gilead Edge, New York City. When she falls asleep in one life, she wakes up in the other. While she is the same person at her core in both times, she is leading 2 vastly different lives. In colonial Williamsburg, Libby is a public printer for the House of Burgess and the royal governor, trying to provide for her family and support the patriot cause. The man she loves, Henry Montgomery, has his own secrets. As the revolution draws near, both lives and any hope of love are put in jeopardy. Libby's life in 1914, New York is filled with wealth, drawing room conversations, and bachelors. But the only work she cares about is women's suffrage is discouraged, and her mother is intent on marrying her off to English an English marquess. The growing talk of war in Europe only complicates matter, but Libby knows she's not destined to lead 2 lives forever. On her 21st birthday, she must choose one path and forfeit the other, but how can she choose when she has so much to lose in each life? So again, I don't know if I love this book. I'm willing to try it out. Historical fiction, time travel, and all that stuff. So I'm like, this book has good rating, let me try. So this series is called In This Moment. And then, so the synopsis is, Maggie inherited a gift from her time crossing parents that allows her to live 3 separate lives in 1861, 1941, and 2001. Each night she goes to sleep in one time period and wakes up in another, until, that is, she turns 21, when she will have to forfeit 2 of those lives and everyone she knows in them forever. In 1861, Maggie is the daughter of an influential senator at the outbreak of the Civil War, navigating a capital full of Southern spies and wounded soldiers. In 1941, she is a Navy nurse grappling with her knowledge of the future when she's asked to join a hospital ship being sent to Pearl Harbor. And in 2001, she's a brilliant young medical student fulfilling her dream of becoming a surgeon, yet unable to use her modern skills in her other parts. While Maggie has sworn off romance until she makes her final choice, an intriguing man tugs at her heart in each era. The mysterious British gentleman, the pricky demanding doctor, the charming young congressman she is drawn to different ways, only complicating the impossible decision she must make, which looms ever closer. With so much on the line, how can Maggie choose just one life and keep the rest to lose? So again, the fact that they are falling in love with different people, this one and even the other one, I'm like, will I really love this? But again, the reason why I want to embark in these books is because they have good reviews. The people that have read them are raving about them. So for me, I would rather watch this. I wish a production company picks this up and produce a movie, a series. I would rather watch it. But I don't know. I am willing to give it a try from the Nani. So I don't like the fact that both characters keep falling in love with different people. I don't know, I'm not liking it, but I'm willing to try it out. But at least I like that the first book was Libby, this book it's Maggie, so at least I get to go through various characters. So again, I can't say much because I'm looking forward to read. The third book is For a Lifetime. For a Lifetime. So the synopsis says, Grace and Hope are identical twin sisters born with the ability to time cross together between 1692 Salem, Massachusetts. Pardon my poor pronunciation, and 1912 New York City. As their 25th birthday approaches, they will have to choose one life to keep and one to leave behind forever, no matter the cost. In 1692, they live and work in their father's tavern, where they must watch helplessly as the witch trifles unfold in their village, threatening everyone. With the help of a handsome childhood friend, they search for the truth behind their mother's mysterious death, risking everything to expose a secret that could save their lives or be the undoing. In 1912, Hope dreams of becoming one of the first female pilots in America, and Grace works as an investigative journalist uncovering corruption and injustice. As their parents' orphanage is threatened by adversary, they enter a contest to complete a perilous cross-county fight and under the guidance of a daring French aviator. The sisters have already decided which timeline they will choose, but an unthinkable tragedy complicates the future they planned for themselves. As their birthday looms, how will they determine their lives and loves that are best for them? Is this something you would want to read? We have the soft copy. Check out the link at a very affordable price. I have to say I am most excited about book 4 because the first time I got to know about this series was through book 4, Across the Ages. And actually book 4 has the highest review, if I'm not wrong, among all of them. So book 4 has the highest review. So I'm like, yay, can't wait. Yeah. So I'm like, I can't wait to check this out. Yeah, so pardon my digression. So let's read. Caroline holds a deep secret existing in 1727 and 1927 simultaneously. Each night she goes to sleep in one life and wakes up in the other. Searching for answers to her unique existence, Caroline stumbles upon a letter from her mother that hints at her own experiences as a time crosser, sending Caroline on a quest to uncover the truth. In 1727, chasing the mysteries of her mother's past, Caroline disguises herself as a cabin boy and joins a ship sailing for the Bahamas, her mother's last known location. Amid treacherous waters, she crosses paths with Marcazel, a ruthless but handsome pirate. Hey, can't wait! And finds herself caught in a web of secrets, deception, and unexpected alliances. Allah. Meanwhile, in 1927, St. Paul's, Minnesota, Caroline grapples with her other life as the daughter of a renowned preacher. What? Her two older brothers have strayed from their upbringing into the corruption rampant during Prohibition, and Caroline struggles to protect her parents from the truth that could shatter her father's career. As her search for answers about her time crossing leads her to the dangerous speakeasies of St. Paul's, Caroline enlists the help of police officer Lewis Keja, a childhood friend. But when her family's future is put at risk and loyalties are tested, Caroline is faced with a life-altering decision that could reshape her destiny. I actually think the synopsis of this book 4 is better than the rest, but I could be biased because I knew this book first, and as I've said, I think I could be wrong, but this book has the highest review in good reads, and I cannot wait. Even 2, I want to start for the first time. I want to start from book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. So join me. Check out the link in description and get yourself a soft copy. The 5th book, Every Hour Until Then. So this is the 5th book, and the 6th book I don't have. So this is the 5th book I have. Let's read the synopsis. Gifted with the ability to time cross between Victorian era London and World War II Washington, DC, Catherine faces two lives fraught with danger. In 1938, amid the looming shadow of war, Catherine is invited to the London Museum as a guest curator to create a groundbreaking exhibit on Jack the Ripper and his reign of terror. As she delves into her grim research, she uncovers a chilling her own sister is destined to become the Ripper's final victim decades earlier. Oh, okay. In 1888, in A Race Against Faith, Catherine is assisted by her handsome childhood friend in hunting down history's most elusive killer. As they unravel the threads of mystery woven through time, Catherine must decide if she'll unmask the murder history has chosen to hide, forfeiting a life with the man she loves to save her sister. Best-selling author Gabriel Meyer presents yet another thrilling time travel tale of intrigue, loyalty, and romance, threatened with suspense. So all these five, they fall under the genre of historical fiction, Christian fiction, time travel. I believe there is romance. So again, this will be my first time reading a novel of such a plot where there is time traveling, and then the characters are young. Again, not my cup of tea, but I want to try, and I want to start from book 1 up to book 5 because I can't find book 6. I will come back and say what I loved about each book, what I didn't like, if the series is worth the hype or if not. But I want to encourage you to join me in this journey. Get both 5 books and join me in reading this series using the link in description. Once again, we don't have Amazon links, but we're working on it. So if you prefer to get your books through Amazon links, maybe you'll have to go through another bookseller, but I would encourage you, just try us out. We will still get you the soft copy version, and it will be our joy to serve you. Can't wait to see you delve into this series with me, and I hope we will enjoy. Until then, happy reading.